You too, man. I was just up, man, so I decided why not keep making some more vids, man. You know how that go. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check out the more Obama comeback after this. But right here, I'm about to just react to the harsh truth about Zion Williamson. You know what I'm saying?
Need an online video?
What they gotta
Go to
say about my
Fiverr.com
man.
and find a video animator in seconds. Or don't go to Fiverr.
Y'all think he's gonna make the playoffs?
Zion Williamson is
know.
hands down one of the most hyped up prospects in the history of the NBA. There's been a lot of exciting prospects to come into the league, but the hype Zion has is something we legitimately have not seen since LeBron James entered the league. Those expectations of being a transcendent player, expectations of being an MVP caliber player, and potentially the future face of the league. Some players have had to earn those expectations in their time in the NBA. Even Jordan out the gate wasn't supposed to be the iconic superstar he ended up being. Kobe being the face of the league wasn't something that was expected from him out of the gate. Giannis being the future face of the league is something that's just come up the past 2 years. Luka didn't have those expectations out the gate either. You know who did? Kareem did. Magic and Bird did. Shaq did. LeBron did. And now Zion Williamson has been given those same honors. Now I guarantee
different class, you feel
this
me?
won't be the last time Zion will be talked about on the channel.
And just by the way he plays now, my nigga, this nigga's strength and athleticism. Man, go watch the highlights, man. Y'all already know.
But today I want to talk about some of the crazy narratives that have been surrounding Zion's extremely young career. A career that's only been on an NBA court for 19 times.
Yeah.
Before we move on though, happy birthday Zion. I didn't even intend for this video to drop on your birthday. Drop a like on this video for more videos like
Happy
this.
belated
It is
birthday,
July,
my
and I
nigga.
told y'all I'm about to go crazy this month, so subscribe to stay up to date on my latest
Hey.
uploads. We're getting really close to 150,000 subscribers.
Everything he's saying, I'm on too. I'm about to go crazy this month. So y'all need to like and subscribe for me. But right back to it.
June was a really great month for the channel, and the support would just be very appreciated. Now back to Zion. So to lay a foundation for this video, let's first talk about exactly who Zion is, and what exactly his expectations are. Zion Williamson is a 6'6", 280-pound forward from Duke University with a combination of athleticism and size we have never seen before. We have never seen a player so
It was pre, and that's why a little smoke like that.
big and strong at this height, specifically with this athleticism and explosiveness. It's just a combination we've never seen to this degree especially. The closest we've seen was Charles Barkley in the 80s and 90s, when as a 6'6" power forward, the man was considered one of the best rebounders in the league. While
Yeah,
also
but
being
Charles
one of the
wasn't
best
even no
offensive
shooter,
players in the
though.
league, and at his peak, he was
Oh.
a MVP caliber player. But going back to Zion, let's go ahead
But
and
that's
take
a
a
game
quick
winner though.
look
Was he
at
really
his high school
pulling
career.
like that?
In high school, the man, yes, man, because the guy's too big to be calling the boy, the man Zion Williamson averaged 32 points, 11 rebounds, 3 steals, and 3 blocks a game on 72% shooting from the field. And in his senior year, he averaged 36 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks in 23 minutes of play. The lowest
tough.
of his high school career. Like, come on, man. Those numbers are ridiculous. And then he'd continue on to Duke to put on one of the most impressive one-and-done seasons in history, putting up 23 points, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks on 68% shooting from the field in 30 minutes of play. Combine those crazy statistics that I just said with a very rare body frame even for NBA standards, and some of the most insane dunks you will ever see. With one of the most down-to-earth personalities, yet a great motor on the court, there was no surprise that when he came into the league, he was and still is touted as the next big thing.
So this nigga need to get to his point.
The
Like,
most common reaction
what you
to
trying to
birth
say about
treatment is I didn't know flowers could look like
giving
this.
us the
And
whole
maybe Ash,
rundown
I
about who
love
he is, my nigga. We know who he
While he
is.
missed a couple of months due to an injury early in the season, he had one of the most electrifying rookie debuts in history and averaged 24 points and 7 rebounds.
Now this is why I can't wait for y'all to start telling me what y'all want me to react to. Cause this shit right here, like I hate reacting to videos I haven't seen because it could be just buzz motherfuckers just talking and like I'll be like, damn, why am I even wasting time with this? But it's like the video already gone. We already 5.5 minutes in, so I might as well finish.
On 60% from the field in his first 19 games in the league. So far in his young career, Zion Williamson has produced at an extremely high level, and Zion has earned the hype and the praise that he gets. But with that praise comes expectations. Because while yes, it isn't fair to these players that they are compared to all-time greats as 20-year-olds, fans do have a right to set a level of expectations for these players. And as they say, with great power comes great responsibility. And as of right now, I believe the general expectations for Zion is to be a superstar in the NBA, an MVP caliber player in his prime, and one of the faces in the league, which again I believe are honestly reasonable expectations. And like I mentioned in my last video, link will be in the description, a lot of all-time greats were blessed with a great supporting cast out of the gate. LeBron is sadly one of the few who wasn't given that luxury. However, Zion expectations that we have, or at least come close to it. I do want to ask you guys this question. What exactly qualifies as a NBA bust?
Someone not in the starting lineup after year one. A lottery pick should definitely be a starter after year one. And just show points per game, my nigga. Points is everything to me. Like, if you're not a bucket, then you have no purpose. Like, I could get any nigga from any park to come play some decent defense, you feel me? If you're not a bucket, you gotta go.
Because 19 games into Zion's career, Zion is expected to be a superstar. Zion is already a 2K cover athlete, and if we're being honest, most people don't have a problem with it because it's understandable. He's just that big of a star for a reason, and he's already being marketed extremely aggressively by the league, to the point where a lot of people have actually made the claims that the Orlando bubble format is deliberately made to get the Pelicans into the playoffs because the NBA wants Zion in the playoffs. But let's just say again, hypothetically, keyword hypothetically, I'm gonna say that one more time for the people in the back. Hypothetically,
oh, come on, bitch.
Let's just say hypothetically, Zion for his career is a fringe all-star, a player that, let's just say, puts up 18 to 20 points and 7 rebounds for his career, but never becomes that transcendent player, never becomes an MVP caliber player and the phenom that we all thought he could be. Even though the man is still averaging 18 and 7 a game for a majority of his career, which are very solid numbers. Considering Zion's expectations, which were, again, reasonable, given the hype that he had and the talent that he had coming into the league, would you consider him a bust if he had that type of career? If that's a little too extreme because we are looking into the future, let's look retrospectively. Look at LeBron. We all know how good LeBron is and what he ended up being. One of the most striking features of his career is the fact that he had such high expectations and has, if anything, exceeded them every step of the way. But my question is, what if LeBron, coming into the league, still had the same hype, but just became a 17 to 18 point per game scorer his whole career? Never became an MVP, never became a champion, but, 17 to 18 point per game scorer. That's not a scrub per se, but definitely not the superstar that we know him today.
That's not king shit. That's not king status.
Let me know in the comment section. But that's just kind of a side tangent I wanted to go on, and a question I really wanted to ask you guys. But let's go back to the LeBron Zion comparisons, because we really got to stop them, because they make no sense. There are only 3 things that Zion and LeBron have in common. 1 is the height that they have, 2 is their dunking ability, and 3 is that they're a forward. That's literally it. LeBron James, coming out the gate, was a much better ball handler and known for his passing abilities. LeBron was a much more versatile.
Bitch, so you just gonna say you can't compare them because they play a little different? My nigga, if them 3 reasons you gave was damn near good enough reason to compare the two. Ain't no one had hype since LeBron. My nigga, he was slashing God. So what do you want to, my nigga? That's the best comparison. That's who you gonna compare Zion to. Everybody is comparing LeBron to Mike. Everybody compare Kobe to Mike. My nigga, everybody gonna go compare Zion to LeBron. You feel me? Like, Zion can't be matched with Kobe. Zion can't be matched with Mike. You gonna compare Zion to LeBron. Like, this nigga, who is this nigga, man?
A scorer and shot creator. Zion Williamson, on the other hand, is not nearly the shot creator LeBron is from the perimeter. Not nearly the same passer.
Alright, look, you can say this about Zion. Zion is a better 3-point shooter right now than Bron was when he came into the league. And I don't even feel like that's a fact, but you could say that. Nigga, look at the stats. I mean, let me not say it, because I ain't look. But go look, fuck it. And she could say Zion's stronger. You could say that. Right now than Bron was as a rookie, you could say shit. Zion got a better team around him. But people can't. I know Bron fans will, but you can't really talk about that shit. But yeah, you gotta compare Zion to LeBron. Who else you gonna compare him to? Like, that's the fun of just being a fan, my nigga. That's what we gonna do. So what is this nigga even talking about?
Like, LeBron would be the one to run the pick and roll and be the ball handler, and Zion would be the one to set the pick and roll to the rim.
Bitch, Bron could do both. Bron could do both. So fuck is you talking about? I haven't seen Zion run a play like that where he at point, but Bron could do both. He could do both back then. He could do both now. So what is this nigga talking about, man?
Like, the comparisons just don't make sense. So please,
yo ass
stop
don't make
calling
sense.
Zion the next
And we ain't gonna stop watching your vid. So hey, man, that's that with this vid. Go ahead, like it for me. You know the deal, man. And then yeah, we gone. We'll see y'all in the next vid. I feel like I should do more, but you know what I'm saying? It ain't what the actions. So I'm gone.